All right, y'all. Let's get it. We playing some blitz today. We doing another chess openings marathon, meaning that every single game we're going to be going with a different chess opening. And let me know if you're watching this live what you'd want to see. Okay, if you're not, let me know down in the comment section what you'd want to see as well in the future. But let's get it going here. Okay, playing blitz, some blitz chess today. We're going with e4 to start. All right, so we see the French. We can go with a, yeah, let's go knight f3, e5. Okay, so really here we're going for a kind of a, yeah, like a French wing thing, but they didn't accept it. That's fine. Nick Luciano, what's up? IQ 6612, what's up, man? Grob, yeah, for sure. We got to get a Groblinski in there. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Fix this. All right. That's a good move. We can go takes. Develop our knight. Looking at c5. Okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty even position right now. Nothing too crazy going on. 2 rooks versus 2 knights. All right, knight g6. Yeah, I don't really want that knight getting busy, so let's put a stop to that. That pawn's stuck. Okay. Okay. Yep. Ricardo Gomez, what's up, brother? Yeah. Doing some different chess openings today is the plan. Every game something different. I'll probably do a lot of e4 openings. I've been working on a course, so I'll probably be knocking a lot of e4 games out. But so far we got a Grob request, so we'll be working on that. But all right. Yeah, sure. I see. Okay. very, very complicated endgame here with knight versus knight. Let's go attack this guy. That almost works, but not quite. He might be headed towards a draw. We'll see. Yeah, F4. That's a good move. H6. Yeah, so the king's coming in. I guess we could target that pawn. Blundered because I'm in check. Yeah. Had a draw there. Let's see, right here. Yeah. So I gotta go. Yeah, there's plenty of moves, including that. Okay, keep it moving. All right, we're playing E4. Let's go with Caro-Kann. Tar to cower. Interesting. Interesting setup from white there. We'll go check. I mean, bishop e3, yeah, so bishop f4 is possible, but I could also start dancing. We'll start dancing. To g6. And then maybe f4 or h4. That's a possibility as well. Okay. I mean, yeah, so let's go f5, looking at f4. That's a key idea in the tar to cower. f4, a little weakening for white. If there, I kick the bishop. Okay, so knight e2. Let's... Okay, that doesn't quite work. So we could go queen h4, potentially. Or we go for the more quiet queen c7. Let's go for that. And then I'm tempted to play this and mess up white's pawn structure, to be honest with y'all. So let's try that. Okay, offer a trade. So I'm down a pawn, but white does have weaknesses. Maybe. Probably got to go there first, though. Yeah, like if there, I could probably take the rook, take the pawn, start running in some way. Right. Okay, rook e4. Okay. Okay. So I'm just trying to activate my king as much as possible here. Cover the 7th. Okay, a5, that's... Do I care? I kind of do. I don't want that messing up my pawn structure and then giving white targets, so we can, yeah, just keep it chill, keep it classy over here, and then try to promote this h-pawn. Okay, c4, we run in, or we do it later. Let's throw an h5 first. Okay, here. It's a little annoying. Could go f5. f5. Nah. Maybe g6. We'll start there. Try to promote that g-pawn. And then try to push this guy, but I don't know. It's going to be close. e6. Sure. Okay. Okay, bad news for me is my king is super far. That's the bad news. So I could try to get my king closer here. Okay. Takes. Yeah, I don't make it in time. Tough. Okay, I guess we're gonna just start checking. Yeah, I don't quite make it. Here, takes. One move away from a draw. Yeah, it's not looking good. Interesting endgame though. Queen's just too far away. Yeah, game over. All right, hey, rough start here today. That's okay though. We're gonna keep it pushing. Yeah, yeah, close end game there. All right, let's go for a Nimzowitsch defense, and then a Kennedy. I actually really like this line. It's a lot of fun. Okay, knight f3. We can take as the main option. We'll see if they go for the Scotch Gambit. Okay, they do. So here we have knight f6, main line. Okay, so here I can take. Nachmanson Gambit or Rook e1. Okay, interesting. That's not the main move, but fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay. Ready to capture back. Ricardo Gomez, Pep, QA Hogman, Pieche, Luis. What's up, guys? Rough start today, 0-2 so far, but hey, we're going to keep it pushing. We'll get back in the win column here. Here, yeah, I'm up a pawn. Obviously, white went into it. Okay, it looks like my guy disconnected. Okay, he's back. Let's go here. Iron up h2. If f3, I think I have bishop takes. Do I still have this? Check. 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 I mean, it gives me a draw at the very least. Okay, I'm going to throw in a check there. Check. Check. Maybe takes. I mean, I could get a draw, but why though, you know? Does that give me anything? Because if I can get rid of my queen, I have a fork. Well, I think first things first, we gotta take here. Take. That's pinned. Bishop h3 could be an idea in the future. Takes and mate, but I don't know. I mean, okay, knight f3. We castle. Okay, I like this position. Okay, bishop e3. That allows me to take. And then knight f2, and I get the queen. Yeah. So rook, pawn. Now it's a matter of getting my knight out of there. I mean, at the very least, I could sack it and be up material, but if I need to, but yeah. This is good. Okay, rook b3, we offer a trade because we're up material. Some of y'all need to start offering some trades when you're up material. Okay, let's get that out the way. b2 is also weak, so like even if knight d2 or something I could take and my rook protects my knight, right? So rook b1 could happen, and then now I can't move my knight, so I think I'm gonna have to, let me just double check that I can't move my knight. Yeah, there's a double rook battery there. They'll take this way, and then my knight is stuck. So now we're in a situation where we have 4 pawns versus a piece. It's interesting. Do I mess up pawn structure here? Takes, takes, takes. Okay. c5. Yeah, I don't know if I could have got my knight out of there. I don't think so, but all right, we'll go rook a8. These are white's chances to win, right? So I want to play aggressively to make some space. I wanted to also have bishop e8 available too, if need be. Okay. We drop back. Maybe knight d3. I'm fine with the trade. I don't think they're going to... Oh, they do. Okay. I mean, I'm only going up against 2 pawns now, which is good. Is this a win, though? I don't know. Because those knights are going to start jumping around like a... I don't know, like a knight. c4, c5. I guess we'll start with that. Just to try to cover our bases here. d7's cover. How can the knight attack this? b7? How do they get there? They can't. f6. Try to get my king up and just see if I can slowly work something. Knight back. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that knight having abilities. King in. Knight leaves, d4 is a possibility at the very least. Okay, check. You can't go there or else it's mate. Sacking doesn't work. Okay, king back. Let's make a little progress. If I can get a 2-on-0 here, that'd be good. It's going to distract white's resources. Plus, that basically guarantees I get at least a draw. I think I'm winning now, but takes. Okay, knight. Let's kick this knight. Okay. 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 Just too many pawns. 4 for a piece. And knights are pretty bad at stopping pawns too. Just keep on inching them. All right. New game. Okay, let's go with a Grabolinsky here. G4. Bishop G2. Yeah, I actually like the Grab. I've been having a good win rate with it. Very good win rate. Better than a lot of my other openings. I think it's just a lot of players have a hard time with that. F4, yeah. I mean, this is... Look, I think if you give this to most players, they'd be like, oh, this is a good opening. But it started with G4, right? Yeah, shout out Duck, man. Shout out Duck. H5. G5. We'll tuck. Maybe sack. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, knight d4. We can castle there. Is e5 possible? It's possible. I don't know if it's good though. C3, take with the queen. That weakens G6, which is good. But I guess the queen comes over, and I feel like black's okay there. Okay, let's just take our... I was going to go here, but b4 is a little annoying. All right, let's go f5 then. Knight f4 next is the plan. Tentative plan. Followed by sacking on h5. Taking here is not good for black. Okay. Here, that doesn't work. Could go here first, and then there. Let's try that. Okay, 95, we can push, take. I don't think check does it. Obviously I can't right now, but I guess I could check and then go in. It's interesting. It's obviously very aggressive, but check. Okay, well, it's better to be down 4 than down 7 in material. Plus the bishop could fall. Huh. Yeah, this is interesting. Here, here, here. Let's try that. Check. Yeah, you can get a lot of attacking games out of the grab, I feel like. Okay, we push. Okay, and at the end of all of that, we're up a pawn. That's cool though. I mean, that H pawn is nice. Black does have better activity. I think I'm okay though. Bishop E2 on the way. Yeah, bishop E2. If I get checked, probably king H1. I can't go. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to go to F2. Although it's technically maybe okay. Actually, no, it's not. Knight D4. So we're going to go king to the corner. Couple ideas black has there. C3. Maybe rook over to C1 if I get attacked. I attack them, they attack me. Okay, they might get their pawn back. It's looking like they might get their pawn, guys. Let's see, here. Okay, I'm gonna go bishop E2. They can take their pawn or go ultra aggressive with it. Okay, this is interesting. So we have a passer on the H file. So the goal is going to be to distract that knight. The bad news is that I mean, they have a 5-on-4. Also, I'm down on time. Knight E3 is an idea. Knight F4 is an idea. I guess we just neutralize that. Maybe D4. Probably, yeah, look to take back. Knight's pinned. E5. Bishop D7 if the rook defends it. Maybe a3. Okay, well, I don't want to get checkmated, so. Ah. Yeah, this is a little rough. I don't think I have much. All right. Dang, I like that position. I got out of that. I just didn't. Okay, we're going Grabolinski again because got to redeem ourselves after that. Okay, g5 is probably not necessary, but hey, we're here. Bishop g2. Yeah, some like to play the Grab really aggressively. Some like to just go g4, h3, bishop g2. Shout out to FM Mark the Duck on that one. Okay. I'm going to play a little bit faster. I'm going to try to pick up my pace. Play the clock a little bit. Okay, we'll go e4. Saragossa for Pep Westwood? Yeah, sure, man. Sure. Kind of reminds me of the English rat defense a little bit. I mean, they got to take, right? I don't know what else black would do. Interesting. I don't think that's a good move. I don't think that's good. I don't know why they're letting me be up a pawn. Knight f6 can happen whenever I want. Knight f3. Maybe push. I don't know. Okay, we'll just develop. Develop. Right now, this knight can't move on d7. Well, now it can, but it couldn't before. All right, but I think we're going to try... I was thinking of this, but maybe not. Knight b6 is coming. I could play c4 right now. c4... Here... Here. Okay, let's try that. Let's kick this knight now. I mean, if it goes to b6, then black's back to being cramped again. Okay, so b4. Do we develop? Let's develop. That's not a threat. That's a threat. But, yeah. Okay, so knight goes back. d5's a little weak if I can get in there. Or I just check. Maybe b3. Or check. There's options here. We're up a pawn, so we're comfortable. I mean, ooh, bishop c3 actually looks decent to me. I could go here, 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 takes, but all that for what, right? All that and for what? Or I really try to cramp black. Let's try that. Just so that can't even happen. Okay, rook d8. We go... here. We... I'd like to start offering trades. Yeah. Okay. So they got a double threat there. We're going to lose a pawn. Although we could damage their pawn structure. I'll be shocked if they don't take. They don't take. Wow. Interesting. I guess I see the reason. Rook takes. Maybe we take. Or we go king up. That way this knight's kind of stuck to the rook. Let's see. Here. 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 Oh, I have knight f3 though. Okay, let's try this. All right, rook. Okay, so I think the rook has to go back to d7 or c4 or b4. Yeah, that works too. Oh my gosh, guys, I honestly didn't even see the time. That sucks. I did not see the time. Not me saying I'm going to play fast and then I don't even see the time. Rook d7. We run. Yeah, I didn't even see the clock. Okay, well, hey, the Grob, you know, hey, pride comes before the fall, right? Today, the Grob has not been working for me. I don't even know why I'm playing this, to be honest, but it's fine. Never know, I guess. In fairness, I've played the grab a lot in Bullet, but not in Blitz. So I gotta get my Grobolinski skills up, I guess. Okay, I'm playing as black. Let's go for a CHARLICK Gambit. Okay, so kind of the triangle idea here. Do I castle? I'm trying to remember. Castle. I think castling's solid. If I take... Yeah, I don't know if I like that. So let's castle. I mean, I guess they could check, but it doesn't do anything good. I guess I could have took here too. I don't know. It's a little dangerous, but probably okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. All right, Queen C1. That's a threat. That's a big threat. So let's just drop back. Drop back. Maybe our knight gets busy. I don't think... I mean, they could castle. They could. Okay, so they do that. Knight h6, knight f5 next. h3, I welcome them taking my bishop, so that's fine with me. c3, we can... activate the knight. Just try to add a little pressure to time here. Here takes here, check. The question is, why would they take the bishop? I guess they could. That's still an idea. Or I push. Or I go here right now. Okay, let's try this. I'm threatening this. Got a pin here as well. All right, king h1. We push. Okay. If I can find the time, launching that g-pawn is going to be good. Will I find the time though? Here. Okay. That could help me with coming over. Ronald, what's up, man? Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah, chess is a hard game. Like, it's just hard. Yeah, I've had some private students tell me that you know, they don't want to play in tournaments until they're ready because they don't want to lose a game, and I'm like, you're gonna lose. Like, there's just no way around it. I've lost hundreds of games in tournament play. Okay, I do have this, but I mean, I don't like that, so. Okay, e4. We could drop. For those of you that are new to this game, we got a CHARLICK Gambit here. Fun opening for black. Starts with an England, but then, and a lot of d4 players know how to play against the England, but not a lot know about the CHARLICK, so that could be a fun little surprise weapon, especially for the faster time controls. All right, let's go maybe. Maybe here. Start launching that guy. All right, c4. c5 is definitely a bit of a threat, but I guess we can just run back. c5 we run. We have coverage on a7 as well, right? This is an idea. Okay, knight c4. Let's push. Just trying to swarm that king. h3. Queen h5 could work. Okay, well, we'll start with this. I got a push. And then we can maybe do that. Although the king kind of hides well. I could take and take. Okay. So we're now at even material. I have a passer on h3, up 20 seconds. My king is attacked, obviously, so that's, you know, something we gotta take care of. Okay, so that knight's pinned. Of course, it's defended twice. I don't think rook d3 works quite yet. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Going up against a CM here. Any of you on chess.com, send me a friend request. CM, okay, it doesn't have the name. All right, D4, let's go St. George. I actually haven't studied the theory behind this like at all, but or much. I generally play like a French, but I've been thinking about making some more content on the St. George, so that might be an opening I look into in the future. Let me know if you guys would even be interested in that, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. You get a lot of play against the center. Let's see. Yeah, we'll push. Knight C6. Kind of turns into a French a little bit here. Okay. Well, that's not fun. Yeah, G5 is a weakness here. I don't think taking is super helpful for them, but okay, they do it. Queen there, we could play a more defensive stance. I mean, the nice thing with knight f5 is that it attacks d4, but the knight could just get snatched off. So I think I'm gonna side with the defensive stance and then keep on plugging away these pawns. Maybe castle queenside. That's a little crazy to think about, but maybe. Maybe not. I think I'm okay because they don't have a dark star bishop. Should be all right. Yeah. Takes here. I could go there right now. Okay, let's start with castling. Okay, h4. We take. We put pressure on d4. I think we can snatch that guy off. Because that guy's pinned, right? King h1 is helpful for white in these kind of spots as well, when they can find the time. So this kind of stuff doesn't happen. I mean, I'd like to get rid of the bishop. Or the knight, honestly. Knight. Okay, so they take there. We take... Do I take the bishop or do I go with something else? I mean, if I take the bishop right now, the queen improves. I go here. Or I wait and then do it. That way maybe e5 is possible, but even then. Okay, I'm gonna try. Am I worried about this? Check, queen in. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about it. Okay, you know what I think I'm landing on? I think I'm landing on takes. And then here. That way the queen is protected. So I could play e5 now. Of course, taking happens. Or I just capture. Let's do that. And of course my queen's guarding that. E4 on the way. I think we're okay here, guys. Think being the key word. Queen G3 takes. Takes or just push it? Takes, the king runs. It's definitely a very loose position, but that's a threat. Okay, let's slow that down. We can trade. Yeah, I'm up a pawn, but a queen and a knight is tough. Very tough. I almost did that, for example. King. Okay, the knight's pinned right now, so now I can maybe swing. Okay, queen e3. Let's drop our bishop. That way e6 is covered. Okay. Okay. I want to do this, but again, knights are so tricky. A3. Okay, I guess we'll start with this. Maybe king up next. You know, the nice thing is if the g-pawn goes up, I do have some leverage there. Okay, so they go there. Do I just do this now? Nah, I didn't like this. That's an idea now. Bad news is my pawns are... So they locked in their pawns on dark squares, so... It's going to be hard for me to win a bishop endgame there. Because the bishop is absolutely useless over here. And their knight is useful, because it's a knight. So, trading is possible, but... I feel like I have to be confident I can get that pawn. Yeah, so they're going for a trade here, because their knight is very powerful. Let's... threaten mate. If they stop it, I get the knight. So I am the knight, threatening mate. If the knight blocks, check. Okay, takes, check. Oof, that looks dangerous. Shoot. I'm down on the clock again. Whew, okay. All right. Let's see what we get here. Superpower 27 as white. Okay, d4. We already did a CHARLICK. Let's try d6. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. So this could lead to a Pirc, Czech Pirc, or it could lead to an English rat defense. Okay, so we're back into a Pirc. So yeah, so those of you that play the Pirc, I mean, play d6 against d4. Why not? Okay, f3. That is not super common. But they're okay, wait. They're probably just stunting the move order, and they're probably going to go for a like a 150 kind of thing. So here I could play e5. I'm going to do that actually. Okay, I'm okay with this. Okay. I'm okay with this too. So we have doubled isolated pawns, but the idea now is we're going to, let me just double check this. Tuck the king, knight tuck. Basically, we're trying to solidify these squares intensely. And then if they play f4, then that fixes our pawn structure. Knight, bishop c5 could happen. Okay, knight there, so maybe we go here, but then that happens. So maybe we go here, but then that happens. We could... take our time with it. Now push. So I think the game's going to be fought in the D file here. Could check. Check, yeah, maybe. Check. Then we run back. I mean, I could go there, but that just seems wild to offer, you know, 5 isolated pawns to your opponent. What if I go here? But then I guess the knight reroutes back to b5. I could take space on this side. Okay, let's just play it cool. Play it cool. We'll go maybe c5 now. Okay. So that's weakening to b5. Thankfully, this knight is very far. Okay, this knight runs. Okay. Yeah, pawn structure's fixed. I think they should have just took my bishop, though. Right? I mean... although I guess this is coming. So maybe we... attack c3. Okay, that's definitely... not a good move on my end if I do that. So let's... run. Rook in. Do I just start pushing here? H5 maybe. Okay, so they go there. So we can go H6. Yeah, very... Definitely like white's position more. I mean, they got two very nice knights. Can I hold it though is the question. Okay, takes... Yeah, if I take this rook, then the rook takes, and I can't necessarily stop this very well. But if I leave the rook there, then okay, maybe my bishop's the problem. Do I get? Then I get checked. Okay, we'll try. Actually, okay, we'll try this, and then we'll go rook h7. Okay, down on the clock as always. I mean, that check is nasty. I guess. Or here, maybe. Those are both taken. If they go here... Yeah, probably c7. Well, maybe a7, since... No, not a7. Dang, knights are crafty. Goodness gracious. So c7 either way. Well, here c7, here... a6 or b8. In terms of my plan right now, just survive. That's my plan. Okay, rook. Okay. I wanted to push, but I feel like I gotta try to hold this guy. Okay. Trade offer. Want to trade, bro? Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is rough. They got in. Ooh. I don't think I have much here to fight for. All right, worth a try, right? Do I have stalemating cheese? Not really. Okay. Saragossa, per request of Pepper Westwood. Okay, black sees this and they don't know what to do. People say this is a bad opening. I don't know why. Because people say the Caro-Kann's a great opening. So, what's the problem? Okay, they abort. We try again. I mean, it can often... Okay, it's going to either turn into a Caro-Kann that's for white, or it's going to turn into like a... why am I spacing on the name? You guys know what I'm talking about. London. That's what I'm thinking of. Knight of 3. All right, let's get a win, guys. Let's get a win. You could either leave the bishop on f4 or drop it back. It's kind of a preference thing. It's the same with them. If I take, then e5 strengthened. Right. Let's see. Why do I feel like this gives me something? Check. Wait, takes, check. I guess I could get a pawn out of it. I could also capture and then check. Knight blocks, take the pawn. Is that sound? Yeah, probably, but I don't know. Check. Or I take, check, knight here. It feels like black gets some compensation there. I'm just going to castle. Okay. So e4 is on the table now. Intermediate move. I guess they could go intermediate too. But yeah. Okay, so I have all this, but 2 knights. So I'm thinking here. They can't take, right? So they got to run. We go pawn. Pawn. Yeah, it doesn't really do much. So let's just keep on. Moving it. Knight takes. Rook takes. Okay, takes, check. I get a draw at the very least. But I think we can go takes, check, here, rook up. Of course, the queen. Okay, well, I already know I'm going to do this, so we'll just start with that. I mean, they could take f4 as well. So they take f4. This doesn't work now. They do have an isolated pawn on d5. Check, here. They check me. I run. They check me. I run. They check me. It might be a draw. Takes, check. King runs. Rook goes here, not here. Not here. To e7, because then I'd get h4 falls. Takes, check. Here. Rook e5. Check. We'll see. I think it's a draw, but not seeing how. Let's see. Check. They got to keep checking me, or else I win. These are both solid. The queen and the rook are both solid. Check. 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 Yeah, I mean, unless they want to sack the queen at some point, but I don't see why they'd want to do that. We'll see. Okay, so. Oh, wait. This is interesting. I could go h1. That doesn't do anything. I mean, it gives them one less check, I guess, right? Okay. Okay. I think they gotta just keep checking me, guys. Yeah, because if not, I have a queen, right? Yeah, interesting. There we go. All right. Let's play e4. f3. We'll go for a Scotch Gambit. Okay. Going after f7. The best move black can play is there, yeah. Not here. That gives me an advantage. This is like dead even for both sides. Do I check first? I could check first. Does that help me though? Check. Okay, we'll go. One of these is probably fine. Does that work? Maybe. Probably not. Bishop g5. Queen up. Rook e5 is very annoying. I could offer a queen trade. do that. Knight b4, knight a3. Queen h6 is a possibility if they don't take. Okay, so they go there. So I could check. I don't mind that. So the rook is stuck right now to defending that pawn. Queen f8 could be played. Okay, so we have queen f6. I feel like that points towards c3. Or I go for this. That's a little concerning. Takes, queen takes. Knight over. I mean, we got a good conversation there. Okay, so that's not something I want to run into. F4 is now possible. If I did it before, it would have been disastrous. Okay. We push. Here, here, here. Takes. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, knight c4 is a possibility for sure. That's a calm move from black. Okay, knight c6, interesting. That move, I think I can bump my rook up. e5 is a possibility now, because I can't take, since that'd be a pin. And maybe that allows my knight to start jumping around too. This is also fine. Let's see. One, two, yeah. Takes here. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess the king could go to g8 at some point, but probably not the best timing right now. Okay, knight back. Let's... Okay, so they're looking at knight g8. Fine. Fair enough. If I go here, knight g8, check. King here takes with checking ideas. I don't think it's going to work though if the queen leaves. Oh shoot, I'm down on time again. Okay, f5. they take. All right. Just go knight over. Okay, thanks for the bishop. All right, next game. Okay, plan is black. We see e4. Let's go for... Let's go for a hippo. You know what? We got to play the hippo once, right? Got to get the hippo in once. Okay. B6, C5. Yeah, I recently played a game where white went for this setup and they played f5 and I took with the e-pawn, but I learned through that game that that's not good. So if they go here, I got to take with the g-pawn, which is usually bad. Okay, this honestly feels like a Sicilian at this point. Yeah, I don't like your bishop. Let's go get that bishop. Jed, what's up, man? Hey, sorry, I've been meaning to text you back, but yeah, thanks for the text, man. Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Okay, check, we block. Okay, let's go takes, and then takes with the knight, if they take. I don't think this works, so I gotta take with the knight first, I think. Yeah. Very sharp position. I could lose this very quickly. Or win very quickly. It just... A lot of stuff can happen. I have d4 available. That's a diagonal I could look at later. They also have plenty of ways of attacking. Yep, knight g5. That's a threat. Maybe castling. Yeah, Luis, I don't know if my wife's gonna go. Deborah is gonna go for the handlebar mustache. But hey, let me know, Deborah. Let me know. I don't know if my wife's on board with that. Although it is marketable. I'll give you that. So I'm obviously missing a pawn. Like a pawn's not here. But we do have some interesting play. Check. Check. Maybe not. Do we go here? Maybe here. Okay, I'm leaning towards knight d4. We're up a pawn. We're getting attacked like there's no tomorrow. I want to get access to f6. I don't want knight f6 coming in. 'Cause yeah, if I let knight f6 come in, it's just I'm cooked. Okay, knight g3. Taking is a possibility since knight f3 is an option there. What else? Taking, maybe. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Could offer a trade. Nah. Could take. I'm leaning towards taking. Bishop takes. So check, I get the rook. Then we're up 3. Question is, do I take with the pawn or the rook? I think the pawn. That way this is an idea. Okay, 94. Let's... Interesting position. Sheesh, okay. Here, nah. I could just start trading. Of course, e6 falls. Maybe here first. Although that's a threat. So, all right, let's block. Let's go king to the corner. Worst comes to worst, f2 and like sacking a rook just to get rid of the attack could work. Okay, of course they go there though. King f2. That is crazy. But why not try it? Check, check again, queen g7. Will I appear on Coffee Chess again? I don't know. Not sure. They don't really put... I don't go there often anymore. And they don't... When I do go, they don't really want me on the channel. So probably not. Okay, rook over... Gotta check, right? They could get a perpetual at the very least. If check, I promote with check. This is crazy. This is a crazy position. Check, check. Yeah. Knight moves, I win. The knight moves anywhere, I win. Rook here, I promote to a knight, potentially, and take the rook. Are they just going to go for a draw, maybe? Okay. We check. This is nuts. Check. Knight blocks. If I promote to a queen, I lose. Knight blocks, checkmate. Right. I could also promote into a knight first, and then checkmate there. Okay. Okay, now we're winning. We just have to checkmate in 11 seconds. Goodness. Let's get the pawns, that way I don't lose. All right. New game, let's go for a Van Geet. Probably not how you actually say it, but okay. Yeah, this is a very fun option to play against the Scandinavian defense. Knight c3. If they push, you swing. If they take, you have the dunce Hennig Gambit. And then you just develop quickly. Kind of like a CHARLICK, but for white. Shout out to Walter. We were just looking at this kind of position here. King b1, dunce Hennig Gambit. You just freaking attack like there's no tomorrow. It's fun. If my pawn wasn't there, that could actually work. But it's there, and that's probably why they did that. Takes, push, no. Okay, let's take. Maybe knight e4 next. Sounds good, Walter. Gotta win. I mean, this guy's 2,400, so he's not, you know, not bad. He's okay, not bad, but okay. Here. I'm wondering if here, I guess at the end of the day they could just take, right? Here, they go there, I push. I mean, it looks aggressive. I'm threatening this, so h6 or g6, or they take. If they take, I renew the threat. Okay, h6, so we could go check here. It looks fun, but I don't know, because what am I really threatening? Takes. I mean, let's be real here. I could just go back. I mean, I guess I created a target. That's good. So let's go back now that we provoked that weakness. Now it's going to be a matter of if we play h5 or if we just play g5. Okay, I don't want to take with the queen, as the rook would just attack me. We could go h5, g5. let's see, h5. This takes here. That's interesting. I mean, their pawn structure is terrible if I do that. If I go here, I have to commit to g6. Knight g5. I'm kind of leaning towards this, though, and then pushing, but... Okay, wait. Here takes here. Oh, wait, timeout. They're threatening this. Hold up, wait a minute. Bishop a6. Should probably save my rook. Probably not the worst idea. Save my rook, look towards e6, just in case we go for this. Bishop a6 is impossible now. Okay. I mean, I think they got to take. If they push, then h5 is cut off, so that's going to be a major target. So now it's these pawns that I'm looking at. So I'm attacking this 3 times. Okay. Probably takes. Or we add the pressure. Okay. We're down a pawn. Okay. Looking at g6. Of course, I lose f2. Oh. Gosh dang it. Come on, Solomon. Well played. Yeah, don't know how I didn't see that. Oops. Well, hopefully that makes you feel better about yourself. A 2300 losing to a back rank mate. Okay. All right, delayed wing gambit. This is fun. Okay, e5. They didn't want to take. Dang it. This often turns into like a yeah, pretty standard calm game. Maybe queen b3 soon. Okay, they attack the bishop. Okay, bishop c7. Yeah, so these positions, I think white has a solid game. Kind of a Scotch Gambit kind of spot. Okay, e4. This looks fun. I don't know. It looks fun, guys. That doesn't quite work. We could drop. We could drop. Okay. So this pawn's stuck. Takes. Queenside. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. I see what you're up to. Takes here. Or I just add pressure. So these pawns are both pinned. They can't take. Black has direct pressure, like a lot of it, and then I have pins that I'm relying on. Where are we at? Almost 2 hours. Okay, knight f4. That messes up the pawn structure. I don't mind that. That knight is annoying though. Okay, we'll take there to start. Maybe here. I'm worried about takes and then takes. Okay, I don't want to get back rank mated here. That is covered, so can I just take? I think so. Okay, so they're threatening mate. Probably have to take the knight, looks like. That's too passive. Okay. Okay, queen captures. Check. Does check work? Check. Check. Pawn up. Pawn up. Check here. Check here. Maybe not. Check. I could do this. Yeah, that might be the best. Because then I'm threatening 1, 2, 3, 4. Threatening a mate in 4. Don't want to take with the queen. Want to take with the bishop and then go like that. If here, check, boom, we're good. That might be forced. Yeah, here, check, here, mate. Okay. So we have a draw at the very least. I can't really get my rook involved here since my knight's kind of stuck too. I could push this guy. Does that work? They can't go rook b8. Okay, queen c4, we attack. Yeah, let's just freaking, well, I guess c3, right? Okay, well, we have 19 seconds, so. Okay, we'll go here, 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 queen back. Here. Fun pawn storm there, right? Okay. d4, let's try d6 again. We'll see what they do. We'll switch it up. Okay, let's go for our modern. And all right, y'all gonna be upset, but we're doing another hippo. I was hoping they'd expand it like Averbach or something. I've been studying some theory on that a while back, but okay, here we are. Hippo, you know, hey, you play the modern, you play the Owens, you play whatever, and then yeah, you're back into the hippo if you need it. Okay, this is always interesting. Do I take or do I run? I mean, this is a blitz game. We're having fun here, so let's take and then take again. Always an interesting moment. If I had more time, I'd definitely calculate the possibilities through. Okay, so c6. Does that work? Maybe. That might work, low key. Oh, let's try it. Yeah, so they take d4. I think queen c7 is a must. Or I take the knight, e5. No, that doesn't work. Okay, queen c7. So I'm down the exchange, but now white is yeah, trying to get their bishop out of the corner. So this is a very interesting situation. I've gotten this multiple times. And they go to e5 so that if I move my rook, the knight can actually do something. That's fine. I've done this before too, but yeah, this is always an interesting game. Okay, castling. Okay, so now we're close to bishop a6. We see queen a4. Knight c5 looks good. Maybe bishop d7 now. Bishop d7. Pawn. Knight. We're fine. Plus we have that possibility. Okay, that's interesting. Queen. What do we have here? They don't have to take my knight on g3. If they do, I win, but... Or... No, I draw. No, I win. Yeah, if they take, I'm winning. But they could take here. I take here. Yeah, that's a crazy position. That is a crazy position, guys. c5, no, because of the bishop. All right, let's try it. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. So queen takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, king runs, queen up, check, check, check. All right, well, we gotta, I guess I could take this guy, but what does that get me? Not much. Okay, so let's take here. That way we have knight takes c2 as a possibility. I mean, takes maybe? Takes. Okay, they go for that. All right, that's fair. Do we take or do we take? Okay, if we're going for the win, we're taking here and then the bishop. Or this. Never mind. So we're even material now, with a big imbalance, of course. All right. Knight f3 threatens mate. Queen d6. Takes, no. Queen f4 maybe? Try this. Now knight f3 is a major threat. Kind of. I guess queen d6. e5. So knight f3 puts that king into a little bit of a mating net. So I think if takes, I win. Queen up, pawn up, king, queen, king back, queen. That's possible, for sure. Okay, so they go that way. All right. Okay. Oh, I almost took that pawn. Oops. Okay, not doing that. Check. Depends where that king goes. King e6 is a blunder. That doesn't work. Yeah. Interesting game. Definitely could have pulled out that end game. Yeah. Okay, going up against an FM. All right, d4. Let's try. What have we not done yet? I mean, okay, we're going to f6, c5. I was going for a Benko Gambit there, but they didn't want that. Okay, now it feels like we're in a Sicilian. All roads lead to the Sicilian, apparently. Gosh, I haven't played the Sicilian in a minute. 2486. Sheesh. Okay, queen d2. a6. Okay. Maybe knight back at some point. Here is not good. Takes, check. Let's get our king off of there. Takes all day long. Takes. Looking at f4. Looking at knight f3. See, knight a4. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, attack the bishop. I guess that's not even a threat because of check, right? All right, y'all. Next win, and I am off of here. Something tells me this is not going to be a win. My wife needs me. Wife over streaming, you feel? Y'all with that or no? Maybe you're not. Yeah. I mean, that game was just... I'm just going to resign. I just don't... Yeah. I don't see how to stop that. All right, let's end on a dub. E4. Okay, so if we win this, we're back to 2390. Okay. Okay, von Hennig Gambit. Knight f3, we can go f3 there. Bishop g4. Guys, a 2287. Just played this, and okay, white's winning. Okay. Yeah, so I mean this is a really fun opening. Any Caro-Kann player does that, and then I'm just gonna go back here. A lot of Caro-Kann players play bishop g4 in general. That's the whole point of the Caro-Kann, is to have a good bishop. In this line though, yikes, right? So black has to have a bad bishop, put the bishop on f5, which even that we have some nice ideas. Or do that. Okay, so queen d7. Okay, we're not trading there. We're not trading. We are keeping material on the board. Queen e2. If black takes this, this is covered in my upcoming course. If black takes this exact position, queen e6. Okay, some of you are watching this and the course is already out. Okay, queen e6. So that's it, right? So they can't take. E6. Let's castle. Okay, I'm okay with that. We get more development. And then there, let's go with looking at e5. Okay, so we're down a pawn. That's okay. Rook comes over. Just kick that queen around. Looking at rook d7. I mean, queen f6. It's not the worst move for black. Although it is in fire with our rook. I guess knight e4 there, right? Okay, queen b4. Rook d7 is still a strong idea. Rook d7 actually threatens knight f6, right? So, okay, so I'm threatening knight f6 and then checkmate. How do they stop that? Rook e7. Maybe rook d8 at that point. Yeah, so this falls into here, here, here. That's it. I'm curious what, real quickly, let's go to game review. Okay, so 93.6% accuracy. Yeah, it's going to call that a mistake, okay? That move right there, a mistake. But this is the von Hennig Gambit. It's a lot of fun. My E4 course covers this line in depth. And this bishop g4 move is the most, or actually I take that back. It's the second most common move. I think the most common move has a 37% usage rate. This move right here has a 36% usage rate. So more than 1 out of 3 games you'll see this. If you see this move, you can play knight e5, which is a good move. I mean, brilliant, right? If they take the queen, that's it. If they go here, you take. Bishop here, you take, and there's a weakness there. I personally prefer taking on f7. Okay, I find bishop takes f7 to be a little bit better. And then, yeah, when they offer the trade, you can bring your queen to e2, e4. There's a number of squares there. The engine, when I put it to max depth, it actually likes queen e2 quite a bit. But let's see, bishop f4, king h1, rook d1. Ooh. Okay, so we're still... Here, I'm going to put the engine on here, guys, just to show you. Right? Okay, so the moment this is played, it's like 0.4, right? 0.5, and then we're winning. Yeah, and now that the engine's thinking longer, it's liking queen e2 the most. Okay, that's something about the chess.com graphic. It like kind of, yeah, it doesn't really update the game review based on the longer it thinks. Castle, we're fine with them taking the pawn. We're up so much development here, and okay, here though I missed this. That is interesting. Wow. This is still winning, but that would have been fun. Because they can't take, right? I guess they could go here, but then we go there. Again, distracting. Wow. What a trip. What a move that would have been. But okay, knight e4, we're still +5, rook d7, and then, yeah, we're threatening that and that. What else could they do? I mean, if rook e7, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at rook d8. Because the rook can't just step back. If rook f7, we can keep adding the pressure there. Right? I do want to mention real quickly as well. Okay, if you guys want to learn more about this, you can get my e4 course. But king e8 is actually a worse move for black. Sure, there's not this weakness, but there's this one. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out on this stream, and I will see y'all soon. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.